92.1 FM. Today na Thursday, February 21, 2019. We begin the program to this Thursday morning. My name Michael Sambola.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salone, Justice Biobel George Wilder asked the Commission of Inquiry Secretariat for invite authority then at the Salone Commercial Bank for go explain how they give free loan to people we no can end up pay back. The acting registrar na Pharmacy Board Salone, James Peter Come, don't ask anybody we get information but any time we person they sell the Mentodex cough syrup we get the April 2019 production date for report to the board. And today inside the program, Radio Democracy go look inside why business people where they sell flour make they don't ace flour price we make bread on scarce na the city.
Well, this and plenty other story then plus the National Executive Director for Civil Society Movement Against TB don't call on government for allocate more cover for the tuberculosis sick way then say they kill plenty people now in the country. Work about self day inside the program for you. And remember say they listen we on www.radiodemocracy.sl courtesy of Usiwa empowered by Africell. You can send me so drop a message now with Radio Democracy Facebook page, Usai with the stream live and safe now YouTube page. You go watch Radio Democracy Good Morning Salone program day. Remember say also we get to SMS line where you go send me message on any issue they discuss inside the program now with 077 981 981 number.
The first issue we look at inside the program this morning, they go na the Adult Education Association inside the president for the Sierra Leone Adult Education Association, Joe Eddie Ali. Professor Joe Eddie Ali, don't say then for reduce the unemployment rate among young people in Salone, make the organization don't set up one potty center for train young people for make pot, spoon and other things where they go use clay for make we go meet international standard. It talk more about this to the reporter Wani Gauja.
West Ladi, as I said, the Sierra Leone Adult Education Association, mainly for help people them we not been get chance for go school for make them able read and write in such a way that will help them. If not small business, if they do, it help you for do your business. Then it also cater for young people them we don't go school, but for one reason or the other they not go too far. But then they want to learn something which will be useful to them. For make them become very good citizens.
Okay, so I'm not free to on a target or on a get on a.
No, we got 15 branches in this country. Okay. Then in the western area we did Freetown, we did Waterloo as well. So we got 15 branches.
Okay. From the time when I start to now, waiting at some of the impacts them on don't.
But we don't make people they don't improve on their businesses. We don't make people they don't get more aware of a lot of things where they happen at the areas. We don't help people then we been begin from zero. They don't go formal school. One day they don't go to university and beyond. We don't help young people then for learn certain skills then where they make them now earn a living without depending on somebody for create jobs for them. Okay. For instance, in Bo, we get a continuing education center, then they sew clothes, then they make soap, then they do other things. In my 91, then they do welding, then they bake bread. In McKinney, we get also, then we get Waterloo. Now we get some centers where in addition to the normal literacy and numeracy we they teach, where then they also go there for land skill sets.
Okay. So tell everybody two projects them on launch today.
One now this ceramics and pottery center where then they make things them, cup them, plate them, other things out of clay. Now project will start several years back, even before the war. Now old project, but it been get some difficulties. We were not able to do them the way we want. But now we get funding from an organization, Aurora, where they in Iceland for support them for make we take off again. So now that we can launch today, we they get young people the way they can they for train, for learn how to do that. You know, out of play, very high quality things then. Where then they come for learn. They will also teach them how to live well in the community, you know. But the emphasis really is on that practical aspect. Then the other thing about small scale project, where we don't get money for help community-based organizations. Then they write the project, then bring them to we look at if we meet with requirements, we recommend for funding.
Okay. You say young people them they come na this center for training. How long then they did it?
Well, this training for this ceramics in 18 months.
Okay, so at the end of the 18 months, now they able for help them with employment?
Well, initially we will keep them here for land more than they help for produce. So they will now become also serious producers. Then they will also help for train. Other one they will get for can be ended.
So how sustainable this project will be?
Well, we hope say it will be very sustainable, because part of the thing for make it sustainable is that this project after some time for able for pay for itself. In other words, the things they wouldn't they produce, then for able sell them and get enough money for keep the thing going. We're not going to depend on outsiders for the support. After some time, if you really just tell like where you go learn tailoring, where you don't come out. If you're not a good tailor, after some they are there for able help you. So now the same idea would they use now that with the hope say then why I go able to produce things of high quality in large quantity where then go able to sell for make the project continue.
So how this go help in the development of salon?
Well, it will help in many ways. It will create employment for people, you know, young people particularly, because they really now focus. It will able to create employment for them, so they're not going to depend on other people. Then you about there out, you titi there out. This is not some of the things that we want to avoid. Then also, if we continue for produce then things in high quality and in large quantity, we will able for sell out. And that will bring foreign exchange to the country.
So almost young people are the target.
Initially, we hope for targets maybe around 18.
Well, that's now the president for the Sierra Leone Adult Education Association, SLADIA, Professor Joe Eddie Ali, in the talking on that interview there with Wani Gauja. The program Good Morning Salone they continue, and we they continue for look at more issues inside the program. We they gonna na the Radicals Foundation as this BNTM they don't give medical equipment to Frobe College and other institutions them na different parts na the country. Sulaiman Bla na the pen pusher for the Radicals entity na Frobe College. He explain more about this to Musa S. Kamara.
The foundation, we in the Radicals Foundation, think and say we for donate to FBC clinic and also health centers across the country. One of the items then are like examination bed. We give IV stands, bedside tables, injection needles, syringes, personal protective gowns, towels, orthopedic and wound care supplies to Fabi College Clinic.
Why would I decide for give medical equipment?
Well, you know, say the healthcare system of the country they in a state of moribund, and the Radicals Foundation considers say one of the needs of the people. So we decide for the FBC clinic, considering the fact say then they in urgent need of the supplies there, so that it go benefit the students' populace.
How much money you talk about now?
Meaning the donation we get.
Yes, the donation to FBC, how much it cost?
Well, I'm not going to tell you exactly, but it worth millions of leons.
Is it that na FBC no more una can limit then can support here too, or una can do them to other colleges and institutions them with the need?
Well, the foundation only limits activities in FBC. We don't donate na Gokupo government hospital. We also donate to the Nixon Memorial Hospital na Shegwema, and we don't donate to PCMH, and we try for donate to a government Bo hospital and also McKinney, Kenema, and across the region. So we just now want limit we save to FBC, so we don't do an extensive donations across.
Plenty donations and plan for give other institutions there. Somebody would like for ask how radical they raise this money for do all the donations there?
Well, it's about the Radicals Foundation. Let me just make it clear. Now the Radicals Foundation give them donation there. The Radicals Foundation an offshoot of the Radicals entity in FPC. Yes, now the foundation registered in Sierra Leone and the United Kingdom and the United States. Then get for lobby to other humanitarian organizations Obayanda, and they win a project we worth over $500,000 United States dollars. At you be no built and wanna be covered that story earlier, and we see the country presently people do not get enough medical or health supplies, especially in the hospitals them. So we think say health now a paramount concern to the nation, and we as an entity or as an institution we demand very necessary for make we do then then donations they are cross-selling.
Una can do a survey for know the need of the people before una give them the donation there as well.
As an institution, we are a registered foundation. We get the intelligence, we get the human capacity, and we get the ideas for do survey and know what exactly the people we need. We not just can't give you something we don't need. In fact, you not even appreciate that. Considering even the way you know say, na gesture we hand over to you, but we did know what you need, and we can place we help where and whenever necessary. We get a vision for help the country, and we also get a mission of making everyone, especially students, them for be happy wherever and however in their pursuit of their causes.
Well, that's now Suleiman Bula, we na the pen pusher for Radicals entity in Afrobe College. If they talk to Musa S. Kamara about support, we then go get to the college with different medical equipment them and serve them. We don't give support to other hospitals them na different parts of the country. The program Good Morning Salone, they continue. Not forget to you to get we live again on YouTube, and as well you get we live on Facebook and other radio stations them where they really win a different parts of the country. We they continue with the program and they look at other issues now. Also, the National Executive Director for Civil Society Movements Against TB don't ask government for allocate more couple to TB as he say now one pan the commitments and day where the Minister of Health be making at the United Nations General Assembly this PNTM. Abubakar Sise talk this way he be the give updates about the status of TB na Salone. Also Mr. Sise inside this interview with Mohammed Sharif begin for explain about the current status of TB in the country.
The current status of tuberculosis, according to WHO, 20,000 people now they can get TB every year in Salone. And so out of these 20,000 people, we only able for diagnose or put people on treatment when are up to 17,000 people. Basically, we short of 30,000 people, where that's translated to about 40% case them we missing in the country. That's not a concern for us as an organization where they talk for the TB patient them and as well as where they talk for the right to health.
How many people they get TB for the day?
8 people according to the statistics from the National TB Control Program, 8 people they get TB every day in a Salone. And considering the kind population where we get, the country small, and the way and manner also where we people they interact, for us not a concern.
We made for understand say this BN10 civil society, the government of Salone, they actually attend one high-level UN Assembly meeting. What will be the outcome of that meeting?
On the 26th of September last year, 2018, we government under the dynamic leadership of President Bio go make a statement during the high-level meeting on TB on the 26th September last year in New York. 5 key ask them where we call political declaration, when a commitment we countries them we don't make, where we country go endorse them commitments and they.
What's not some of them commitments and they?
First, the one commitment we want for reach all people by closing the gap on TB, diagnosis, treatment and prevention. The number 2, now for transform the TB response to be equitable, rights-based and people-centered. Number 3, we want for accelerate development of essential new tools for end tuberculosis. Number 4, we want for invest more necessary for let we end TB. And then we want for commit for decisive and accountable global leadership, including regular UN reporting and review. So now then 5 key political declaration there. So we bingo endorse as a country.
So you mean the present government will actually endorse this?
Yes.
And would have been actually represent the government?
Well, the Minister of Health been there na UN where he also endorsed this particular political declaration.
Since after the endorsement of that political declaration in New York, according to you, una don't come, una don't further engage, the stakeholders, them, especially the Ministry of Health?
Yes, we don't get conversations then with the Minister of Health, don't meet with other stakeholders and like the National TB Control Program, for CC we able for really meet to this commitment. And also even the MPs them, we get plan for meet with the MPs them.
Basically, what it don't be on an assessment, towards government commitment in terms of ensuring that more money dey na the Ministry of Health and for NTB na the country?
As an organization, we also dey advocate at the global level. For example, we dey work with the Global Fund for also give more support to Sierra Leone on TB. But for we concern say enough. And that make I really happy where the president be issue the executive order number 2, we talk about resource mobilization. So some of them resource mobilization they also can be directed to the health system strengthening, especially areas and way for support TB.
So you think say the government gets that kind of commitment for NTB?
Oh sure, the government gets a huge commitment, because if they're not being getting a huge commitment, I don't think say them for even send a representative na New York for go give a speech for endorse the political declaration.
This one go say no more na commitment where they don't make. Which one they expect for the government for do now?
We don't see some amount of step where the Ministry of Health don't take under the leadership of Dr. Alpha Wuri in talk about transforming the TB response. And one way for transform the TB response, now forget a modernized diagnostic health center them. Now each chiefdom. We know that's not just one step where the ministry don't take, and we need more. If we not do more, then it means by next year we're going to see another huge increase of tuberculosis in the country. So waiting we they call on the Ministry of Health and also the dynamic leadership of President Bio for put more attention on TB, for put TB and HIV under the president in office, so that it will get the maximum attention and as well as the maximum support we forget for the able for NTB.
Well, that's the National Executive Director for Civil Society Movement Against TB, Abubakar Sisebe. They talked on that interview day with Mohammed Sharif, but the status of TB in the country and effort them is say government for make for add more couple for fet the sick.
We continue the program Good Morning Salone, country from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Time for studio clock now 7:49. And inside the studio this morning, we want to welcome Ibrahim Michael Kabia, who is the Executive Director for Consumer Protection Agency. Good morning, Mr. Kabia. Welcome to Good Morning Salone.
Thank you, Michael, and thank you for having me this morning.
Well, recently, the issue of flour and bread don't be concerned to plenty salon people, and the Consumer Protection Agency now one pressure group we don't look at the consumer the issue. The final consumer, then they monitor stock na the market and how things then they go expire products them and also channel relevant issues to authority for addressing. Well, Mr. Kabia, with that background, the issue of flour and bread don't be a whole concern now in the country. We plenty to see flour and bread no day.
Yeah, thank you very much. What I want to start with, I want to congratulate Radio Democracy for it able to hold their head above water. I know the perilous times so they don't go through. For more we able to sit on here today. Now people been suffer both financially and physically for make we able to sit on here. Radio Democracy don't take small. I remember this tune where Auntie Mabel been the play just now before ever the program they start. It are almost 18, 19 years old. I can still remember who been in a salon today, me and Josiah Parrish and others, Bobo, and the rest of it, Julius Spencer, Gabidon, and so on. So in a long, long time. So it's like they don't really do well. I congratulate them once again. I pray that they go able to succeed more and more for go high heights. Now, let's come to the topic. This bread business, even with God in the Bible, they say bread alone. Man cannot live on bread alone. So you see how important they measure in the Bible. So if the bread short in any country, no problem. I don't see governments on the other side, because of bread, they just add 3 cents or 5 cents. It become an uproar. Tete at the end of the day, it caused a lot of problems. But thank God, I don't think say we they reach that end. But one thing where I can always say, information na power.
So when I look at the whole issue around the bread and flour, what's in the issue?
The issue is the government and the people the way they order the flour, they not been the meet fast forget things they made and put things in place and inform the public. Now we know the manufacture of flour now. The flour now outside now Europe, Turkey, you name it. Now then they get them flour. But since last year, it been don't begin to go up small now the outside world. We say they get them. But they're not being able to sit down because before things they happen, inform the public. Say now so thing they on pipeline for happen. Now the brunt of it.
Now they get that whole day.
Now the government, of course. Okay. Now the government.
Go ahead, sir.
Now PC and Sons. Now one of the one the way they order the largest consignment of flour. I think for some time now, then have been done they suffer some setbacks because of the price where they go now the market. But what they then do, where I congratulate them, even up to last year, they sell the old price because now old stock. So when this new one don't begin come, they meet with the Bakers Union and the Bakers Association, tell them, say, well, this now inget for happen later. But it can't happen to say, this past month, for meet up this month now, small increase don't come.
Time in day when they meet with this association and say, things like this get to happen.
Now then they supply them.
I know the time when they tell the association.
From last year, about 1 or 2 months before the year they end.
Right.
Because what thing can happen in pan flour, not like a rest. When you go no more, you go buy in a shop, you can't put them, you sell how you want. Flour now, they get a chain where impact chain of distribution. When like PC and Son, for instance, what you the name and fast, now in the order Boku flour. When you bring in flour, the person they go take them as an agent. They go put in a shop, then they put a small markup where instead go get 3,000 or 4,000, you name it. But what happened of late, when the flour can go up now the world market, we then bring and can now, this last time, we then want to sell the new products, then self add. Flour started like 200, 250, it begin go up 235 or so. Say now it don't carry 300. So the bakers themselves don't they complain, they say they not even get a profit now. So they want to make a slight increase. That was the time where I believe say the ministry, the Bakers Association, the one day when they bring the flour, all before don't sit down and set up a mechanics how they go cushion this kind of thing. But unfortunately,
this ministry they refer to
Ministry of Trade, of course, now they get business people there. But unfortunately,
but as pressure group being put further than the as solution, as mechanism, as way for make we not get any kind of issue.
Well, we'll get some thing where they happen where it not before done they happen by now. Now, when the old government be there, I mean the government of SLPP at that time, before this wire they come.
Government of President Kaba.
Kaba.
Yes.
We get under Dr. Kadisi we get a task force. This task force on essential commodities involve flour, rice, petrol, you name it. What you know more important, where mortal man they use. So every month we they meet. If anything want go up, even when petrol want go up, we they meet first. We discuss the mechanics why it will go up. If not something happens, so that we where they with the people then we can inform them say now this is the happen. But now it's not happening like that. I don't follow them take for me they reactivate that.
So the channel broke.
Well, for some reasons, I don't know. I don't suggest that to the ministry. For say, let we reactivate this task force. If I go less than then you work. So that at the end of the day, for any information what they get now we they trickle and down to we people them. Because when you don't talk to the people them, where that gap they misinformation can come inside. So it not they happen now. So because of that, we don't they remind them, take this thing can happen now. We flour business, the bakers then sit down, then say, well, then hold on their service.
So when I be to talk to engage the Ministry of Trade, what's not been the response?
What we been done, they engage the Ministry of Trade, especially at that time. Yes. Then they listen to we. In fact, now they take the information from there now, like we transport one go up, petrol one go up, we bring and can down. If you want go down back.
Well, this current administration at the Ministry of Trade.
Well, for some reasons, some time ago now, they not so much call whip and the meetings and when they take decisions on things. That I can tell you for free. But what it been done, they happen. Certain time it don't come. We they do monitoring like I been begin for saying at the shops then. But it was bastardized and them spoil them now we had. What in people then do now? They just they gather.
Now.
Some bad people they no more. They just they gather now. they say themselves na consumers. They know they talk say consumer agency or consumer council.
Una no get identification.
We get identification. But one thing with the business people, as long as you don't enter in shop, you don't begin set hala, you don't become jittery. So what you now in they try for do, now for make you try for see you up from in shop. Somebody go just go down King Jimmy, buy then change coat then that man coat they wear them. If they want small necktie, put a whole pile, they go to people shop.
So at the end exactly how na did guess?
Not so much exactly. Because we get something like a uniform. Then we get a badge. We get your ID card. We they go and we they identify from which side we come out. Before ever we ask you, say, let we look at one or two things. What it make we go now then shops them more and then supermarket. Now for educate them on stacking, on the temperature way for they side they pack. Because something go don't expire inside the store before you meet and clean one inside the supermarket with the date intact. In fact, we don't go up to a level that will be non-finance for say, even then they tamper with the date markings. Like where they don't mark, expired, so. If you then say expired 2017, when 2017 reach, we don't know, say, then get stamps and where then they get them for 2020. So at the end of the day, what do they eat now? They expire. And where possibly eat something will expire, you say they expire.
Right. So before you come to that on an issue and people and the impersonate now, you really talk about the reason why the flour get issue.
The issue where the flour get, like I begin to tell you, the people that they get them flour from the European Union, from Turkey, so to speak. But it reaches a certain time now, the flour in price don't go up small. And mark you, the people the way they order the flour, so taking 50 to 80% of the forex where then they use. Now then they source them outside. The bank know they give them because they say forex, you know today. So at the end of the day, when they say come, then get for make some profit. But what it mean they see say the government for do any essential commodity. The only thing good way I really recommend government is that the tax for flour is almost waived and rice. But what it they're supposed for do more now for try for the source forex. For give them people so that they go able to cushion the softness of the consumer when at the final consumer when they go buy this bread.
All right, Ibrahim Michael Kabia, Executive Director Consumer Protection Agency. Continue for the other now the studio. We can look at the softness so una they say the consumer then they go to. Now the time from studio clock now 8 a.m. and we go for this break.
Family them, Salone Commercial Bank don't do one again. For we and una will not get account yet. They don't come with brand new things them, like neon SLCD kiosks them, where they all over the country. Also, they get mobile tellers them, we will meet you any side and do your banking.
Salone Commercial Bank. Now me bank.
Sure.
Now you bank, oh. We get me your student account, oh. We get me your current account. We get me your savings account, oh. For them market to man them, for them keke riders, Okada riders, and them fishmongers, disabled people them. Any day for them petty traders. Salone Commercial Bank. Now we bank.
Sure.
Now we bank, oh.
Family them. Salone Commercial Bank they for all man, including the professionals.
Program Good Morning Salone, they continue and we continue for look at the issue we get for do with flour way the one way the bake bread don't raise serious concerns, say they're not able to forget the quantity where they may don't use for the get we make this BNTM bread don't go up at the country. Well, we still get with we now the program this morning, the Executive Director for Consumer Protection Agency, Ibrahim Michael Kabia. We go come to him back, but they quickly join with reporter Wani Gauja as some businessman them where they sell flour and bread don't say the reason we make them add price per flour now because they say plenty tax way they don't pay for them business make they're not able to forget the profit them they use forget NSF. Then say the dollar rate way still they high, they affect them business them. Well, for sake of this, Wani Gauja being put this report together, let we listen to waiting at the concern them of people where they sell flour and serve the one them where they do bread business.
Because you want to get this so big no glad for letting the go up, so you know we will tell well.
The government know what it for do because wetin do bread business not for canton issue for we na this country.
But some time now, we don't dey get complaint from different people them. Say they know they get access to bread. And for eat bread in the morning, na like tradition to plenty people.
It past 4 days now, say bread near day because we when you go school almost now bread. Sunday bread and macan, bread and lunch or means. All go to the now they say bread no day.
This situation don't affect people in different ways.
Some man at 2,000 they survive per. Without we get that 2,000, you know we get small buy. But if you go buy that bread 1,000 be 1,000 butter, you will sustain your life. When they go put a 1,500, I will buy my niece. They say my niece 1,000. You go buy 1,500 bread, you don't get that my niece money. That's problem. Yeah. If it's slow, they don't get money for it, you don't get nothing for it, you don't get bracelet for it. Also, when you start with the workouts bag, they go hijack you. Man, that don't any count thief in the country. Who they talk to the government no more? Let put all it down. You know, for put tax by the flour, particular flour self, not for put tax by now. We don't big grandma with a big papa government only.
2 days no more way bread business stronger, so everybody torment because we begin and don't use bread for go school. You know, they not use for the eat rest. We begin if you get you 2,000 or 3,000, you can able manage 5 block bread for them picking and then go manage their life. You don't see, not all man get the upper hand for make decent eat or make macaroni or that thing. But if you don't get you bread now, you get you 5 block macaroni, you picking go sustain in life. Do you with the beg the president, do you with the plethora, with the poor people and do you because some them it all right for them, but we not all right for we and I know we own that today.
Not all man get money for go buy 5,000, but at least we get 3,000. The able manager, the able manager go.
With all this way they happen, we make some people where they bake bread decide for strike, then blame the businessman them. Where they sell the flour them where they can use for bake them bread here say the flour are expensive, but the businessman them self get concern.
Some side and they don't pay duty, they don't pay custom for them. Because if you need the order now, when we pay custom, the customer pay. And they put them on the market. So then you are forced to not be get duty. The rest they not be pay duty for them. Flour not be duty, oil, Maggi, then essential, then way essential. You get me? So now they pay duty for them. So now that makes things go up. Because the other container, 120 foot container, you see container 20-15 million. Now that 20 foot container, you don't get 80 million, you flour tax. When we pay that money, what are they put on? Not on the market. You where they can buy to me, you said you suffer.
Outside price they go up, dollar yeah they go up, customs they go up. Of course, all things therefore go up. Not to power hand. At the end of the day, how would you buy from outside? How would you buy dollar naira? And how the customs duty up and down yonder the canton. They say customs duty they change according to the dollar rate naira back. So where dollar rate they change, in bag they go up.
For with all this kuskas where they happen per bread business, we see one press release na social media where they show different price where the Bakers Association do add per the bread price. But the Secretary General na the Bakers Association, when an association where they deal with all the one where they bake bread, say this press release not from the association, and same way so say then condemn the strike action because then say the one where they bake not be passed through the association before then they strike.
Condemn that 100%. We not a part of that. We don't tell all who member they make them compete for make them serve the public. So before you go on strike, you just therefore go and you negotiate with government. If you are not meet up now, you can forgive government 21 days not so, but that not happen. Then just grab and do that. Then for we, then go we you members then continue for do the for bake. Then they go and harass them, then go pull some of the people we you member them flour, then fuel, then bread, because now by force some we remember them day where they not bake. Because then the trade is what you bake with the fueler. We know they will not support them at all.
Chief Alhaji Amadou Bayi, when at the Secretary General for the Bakers Association, said that they engage with governments now for see how they go able to solve this problem for Radio Democracy. Mina Waniga Oja the report.
The program Good Morning Salone they continue and they continue for look at the issue we get for do with the flour. Plenty people where they do flour business say na tax government add per where then they bring come flour in the country make the add pan the price, so the one way they celebrate safe. There is concern say because of this now that make them safe they get a shortage of bread production. Well now the commissioner at the National Revenue Authority Dr. Samuel Jibao don't say not to true say na the tax where government add pan flour make them concern they come out. Dr. Jibao inside this interview with Mohammed Sherif talk about the position of NRA and the 2019 Finance Act, where then be adjust to make people feel say that make flour done there. It begin for explain about this 2019 Finance Act where then be don't look inside back.
Finance Act generally now acts of Parliament where they for look at fiscal issues and particularly tax issues, both customs and therefore domestic taxes, different policy issues. The flour issue, 2019 Finance Act not get nothing to do with the flour issue.
Why you think so?
Because the rates on flour are not changed for the 2019.
So what's not the previous rate to the rate at which we they right now?
So okay, the last Parliament put this flour at 20% than at 2018. This government meets flour 2018 Finance Act now be 20%. When this government can, the Minister of Finance get a supplementary go. I think that was in November or what. And inside there, now they say, you remember when they come with alcohol, when they reduce flour, now one of the commodities that we benefit from that, they reduce them from 20% to 10%.
So why you think say right now flour don't go up?
Exactly. So now the question. This is a global problem where they out there. Now shortage don't take place. And unfortunately we are importers and then storage facility now ain't get the problem. They're not able to store like how Guinea and other countries and get them big storage facilities. So the fundamental problem is that now we flour mill in not the function. So we're global. Anything will happen globally in terms of the production we don't affect, then definitely it get for affect we because we import the flour directly. So that is the problem. And the economists will tell you say when the demand it don't pass the supply, the price will go up.
Commissioner, one go say that the implementation of the 2019 Finance Act could cause this kind of issue in the country?
No, I categorically say this not get nothing to do with this flour. The tax not change from the supplementary budget to 2019 Finance Act, not the same.
So you not believe at
No,
all?
not to believe, say not to that, not to me believe. This is a fact. The fact is, tax not change. You know, you change tax middle something.
As much as this don't happen, you don't say this not a global production. We don't affect right now in the country.
Flour,
so which one I don't do really as NRA?
I don't know.
In terms of engaging the people, because this not the perception where so many people don't say that NRA actually don't add the tax collection.
Yes, that's a very good question that, and I think say I don't see on our social media, and I think say 98.1 are one of the credible stations. Then when we talk, the people then go yagi. As still they say categorical to the people of this country that tax on flour now it don't reduce from 20% from the last parliament to 10% to this new parliament. Categorically, I go talk no to tax. Now the same 10% if you go down, now wataki for the duty, 15% for the GST. This not get nothing for do with taxation, so the tax not change.
Some man they tell you say the flour rate be done to 250,000 and now automatically it don't come to 310,000. The price, I mean.
So the price could go up with shortage day.
So now not control with that.
No, the shortage will don't take place. Government they do something for ensure say they engage the importers so that they come with more goods. Now the level of valuation much don't improve. And I want to take this opportunity again for say we don't go as a good award. We all done they get for help we again forget the true value of goods. Now, yeah, we all in this country where everybody be they say, oh, customs, then they undervalue seriously. Everybody be they get and what the undervaluation they do, it just benefit very few individuals.
So we then can perception then they people and don't get say NRA don't increase the tax, all them things then they. What's the message you want for send to the public?
So the message is that NRA not increase tax. NRA they try for improve on the way that they do their business. We try for ensure say people then waiting they're supposed for pay, then pay. Very soon, till this Monday done, we will see massive education. Let people then really understand this tax issue. Because honestly enough, this government is very considerate. From where we don't come as a government, then they insist on the welfare of people then, and therefore the rates they can't on. Oh, block leakages, obviously people then get for complaint. But believe you me, in terms of rates, we rate is very, very competitive.
With all of what happen Commissioner, waiting una don't land, or waiting government you think say go don't land.
The only lesson is that we need for just continue for speed up, for ensure say we get enough buffer for the NTND.
Waiting a buffer?
I mean enough room. For example, if now 5,009 people then they consume a day, we for make sure say that the importers. But again, if the person back don't go to the world market in no day, I go come with the flour. But I believe the government will work assiduously for solve this problem. If that be tax, like I know say that they will for don't know what for the minute, but not to tax. It's waiting with mass and exogenous. Now outside impact now don't hit we. When a country too much depend on import, that's the thing also. Because when you locally we get where domestic production base high, even something happen overseas, you own local industry will happen now. And you hear where the government talk about diversification, and part of the thing. So when the domestic industry don't come out, then begin produce flour, you go begin hearing about the wheat farmers. But these are things where they take some time. Not to say we'll not get the idea for that. And I know for sure that this government is working on that. It's just that within the interim now, this don't happen, you go shock with. But on my own part, as head of the Revenue Authority, I tell you categorically that the price of flour will don't go up. It not get nothing for do with tax. That in fact, last parliament then left the tax at 20%. When this government come, now this new parliament, the Minister of Finance, it go with a supplementary budget, will go reduce the rate from 20% to 10%. So you not get any relationship for say, now because you don't reduce it from 20 to 10, now may price go up. You know there anywhere in the analysis.
That's now the Commissioner for the National Revenue Authority, Dr. Samuel Jibao, be talking on that interview there with Mohammed Sharif. Also, I say the flour way people they raise concerns say the price don't go up, not get nothing for do with tax business. Where according to them, NRA no add no tax on the flour.
Well, we still get inside the studio Ibrahim Michael Kabia, the Executive Director for Consumer Protection Agency. Mr. Kabia, with the Commissioner General for NRA they talk, Dr. Samuel Jibao, he make mention of the storage facility we say small in the country, and that can be one effect we make flour business now. If we shorten now the world salon, obviously we will get challenge.
Thank you, Tambola. Michael, what I want for say first, almost all what he talk, not true for say they meet flour at 20% tax, they don't reduce them to 10% when I fed that to their cap. Now a responsible government that thing will do so that the people then go left for suffer. But what thing I disagree and all what he talk about now the storage. Storage they will cook flour. If you go down now Watakina about 2, 3, 4, 5 containers in up there, where they offload now for bring up now the show for make them go store. I don't think say now storage. And what thing I'm fear presently now, maybe we can get break. Where they will charge you maybe 5,000 for bread or 3,000 for bread, but still the weights don't shrink. It will don't be light. Because they get where they go put more of the tablets, they get the tablets every day they put make the flour go rise. You go see bread the big, but where you hold them, you go fold them and put on one job. If you know they take the other job. That now me fair again for the consumers.
So from waiting una don they observe so far, because according to the Commission and NRA, people on the Senate tax NRA ad we make they add pan the flour price, but instead they no add no tax. Now, what's the problem they now?
The problem they consider they not add tax, but they on accounted tax them. They can still affect the flour in price. Like for instance, you say now okay flour na 10%. If somebody come, you say if you want to make a facilitate your business, you get for put small thing. So most of them overhead charges and they will for fend way back. With NRA law see them, let them control them more. It don't begin take control because now you go na the computer, you do your business. But at the end of the day, if you not control some of them thing, nobody know they do business for me loss. For any penny way you spend, for pull you container na wataki. And most of the container then now, even what thing I want for make again then think of, that time where they give away container they get now before they begin the tax them for what you call demurrage or whatnot. Make them look into them. Some countries they now 1 week, not to the way you know they work Saturday or Sunday. All that one the government for look into them. If they want to help the consumers, then make them go enjoy their lives.
All right, Ibrahim Michael Kabia, continue for the Otina studio. We can look the whole way foreign exchange gets in all of this. Now at time for we go over to studio 2 and hear this message.
Better don't come, better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme there. We branch and they all up at Nasalon. Bokono Kenema, we dey. Kabala Mabogo Kakambia, we dey. Jala Freetown Lonsa, we dey. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, Nasalona for me and you. Union Salone Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
The program Good Morning Salone they continue. We continue for look at small issues in the program. We go on the Commission of Inquiry. Also the Commissioner at the Court Instrument 64, room number 1, Justice Biobel Judge Will. Don't ask the Commission of Inquiry Secretariat for invite the policymaker them and Director General at the Salone Commercial Bank for go explain the way how they can give free loan to people and we not can end up for pay. Justice Biobel Judge will talk this after one general question where one lawyer at the Macaulay be asked one witness, the winner chief risk officer na the Salone Commercial Bank, Abdul Rahim Mutaba, we been go represent documents them. We been go for go present documents them for the loan where it say politically exposed people and be don't take. Let we join Elizabeth Campbell where they update we on waiting they happen na the Commission of Inquiry.
Wednesday, February 20, 2019, now the Commission of Inquiry before Commissioner Justice Biobel Judge Will. It been asked the State Council, OU Robin Mason, through the Commission Secretariat, for invite the policymaker and the Director General, now the Salone Commercial Bank, for can explain how then they use taxpayers' couple for give free loan to people them we not can end up pay back. Justice Biobel Judge will talk this after we one lawyer at the Macaulay been the asked general question to one witness, the chief risk officer, now the Salone Commercial Bank, Abdul Rahim Mutaba. We been go present documents of loan for politically exposed persons.
What I want to know is how come the Bank of Sierra Leone is doing this kind of a thing. You give people money, and the Bank of Sierra Leone is Sierra Leone people's bank. Then you take the money belonging to the taxpayers, you give to people, and then you come and tell me if his service is terminated, we don't know how to get it, or you can divert the money to another account, and then if his business fails. By the time you give money, you must have an alternative means of getting the money even if the business fails. That's why we have what is called personal guarantee. Your people must come and explain these things. I am not, Mr. Mason, I need the policy makers of Sierra Leone Commercial Bank. In due course, they have to come and explain. They will come and explain, because these things are not just to be swept, they must be here. You understand why you operate this way. Their time will come, they must have their day in court. You explain to me the process involving just bringing out Sierra Leone people money, giving it unsecured, writing it off.
Before Justice Biobel Judge Will, the defense lawyer for the first-time Minister of Health and Sanitation, Miata Kagbo, lawyer Yada Williams, been continue in cross-examination upon the witness, first-time permanent secretary at the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, Paramount Chief Sadiq Kapua, we been testify on matter we get for do with documentation for 90-bed treatment center na Keriton, we cost over 1 billion yuns, 20 ambulance them and other one them, we been be during the time where the Ebola sick been then at the country inside 2014. after where the cross-examination done, where the defense lawyer Yada Williams been do pan the first time permanent secretary, PC Siddiq Kapua, the judge, Justice Biobel Judge Will, been discharged the witness, first time permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, PC Siddiq Kapua.
On my part, I want to thank both the Council for the State and the Council for Persons Interested, and also His Highness Chief Sadiq Kabua. I want to thank you so much for availing yourself to undergo this cross-examination and evidence in chief. I assure you, everything you have said here, we will look at it carefully at the end of the day and come out to reasonable conclusions in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone.
Inside Court Instrument 65, Room Number 2, before Justice Bankole Thompson, the lead defense counsel, we go represent the two first-time Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Sam Sise and Professor Monty Jones, with 4 other one them. Lawyer Lansana Dumbuya don't ask the State Counsel Robert Kowa for making them provide the document where the witness Amara Aidaras Sheriff say and not been signed for by the fertilizer at the Ministry of Agriculture inside 2014. As he said them na the defense need this document, we go help them pardon case and that this been happened during the cross-examination.
You are also supposed to brought him today the contract, because this issue of you professing to have refused contract is very key to the judge. The judge want to know. I said to my lord that I need that contract to put 1 or 2 questions. I have not been able to see that document, and I'm sure the 2014 contract for fertilizer, which he said he refused to sign, and because of that.
In whose custody is the contract?
Lord, it will be for the other side to say.
Mr. Kowa, can you enlighten us on that?
My lord, in the testimony of the witness, he did say that he refused to sign the contract and instructed the accountant or the accounting officer to wait for his boss who is away. Presumably, the contract was taken back from him to the office that emanates to us. That is the presumption I have.
But the problem we have, we want as best as possible in the interest of justice for the other side to try and get this documentation.
The defense lawyer Lansana Dumbuya be explained to the judge Justice Bankole Thompson for advise the State Counsel for make another go near the witness more like where he don't begin testify. As then 3 court instruments here adjourned to Thursday, February 21, the Commission of Inquiry will continue with support from Yeno Kabia for Radio Democracy. Mina Elizabeth Campbell the reports.
The program Good Morning Salone they continue, and we they continue for look at the issue now we get for do with the bread shortage we been at the country early this week, and that's according to people get for do with the flour where them be say tax ad pan we make a dear. Well, on the line now for let we get the views of waiting the one them where they bake the bread them na different parts of the country thing, but all of this we get Chief Amadou Jogobari when are the president for the Bakers Association. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Chief. All right, the program Good Morning Salone they continue with the Try Forget Online. Chief Amadou Jogobari when are the president for the Bakers Association. Good morning, Chief. In case you get any comments or question for me, send them to 077981981 or go on We Radio Democracy Facebook page, and as well go on the YouTube and search for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM and continue for Audi Voice to see them where we talk about inside the program this morning. As I said earlier, we continue for look at issues we get for do with the flour price and the bread business where scarcity been in at the city early this week. On the line now we get Chief Amadou Jogobari, when are the president for Bakers Association. Good morning, Chief, and welcome to the program.
Okay, good morning. How are you?
Fine. Chief, just quickly take me through wetin be lead to the scarcity of bread early this week in the city. Wetin be happen?
Okay. Good morning. Me na the national president for Sierra Leone Union, not association. Then also we as young, we just hear about this strike on Monday. We not aware at all. Not we go on strike. So we members then will continue for bake until some young man then begin the work, they go and create and say nobody no for bake, nobody no for bake. But we tell members then nobody no for go on strike. Make them continue for bake. So because of price of flour go up, we try for negotiate with the Minister of Trade. The minister right now with the negotiation we and the flour importer in this country. So as soon as we get the price of the flour, then we go able to determine the bread of flour, the price of bread. So we tell all members, make everybody then continue for do the work until we get the final arrangement, the final price of flour, so that we go able to get the price of bread. So that one, nobody for go on strike, make them continue for do the work. That's what we signed for.
So as you say negotiation they go on, we don't know how long the negotiation go take, and plenty people they, especially at the city, where now they get access to bread because plenty pan people them where they bake bread them and in community them, not they bake as we they talk. How long this negotiation get for take?
Well, I believe as from today, you go see more bread they come out. More people than people can go continue for bake. I believe from today tomorrow they'll go by bread they continue for come out for supply to the public.
You so determined say you get the belief say from today to tomorrow bread go don't come back.
Of course, inshallah, bread they could come. As from today tomorrow they go bread they continue for come out.
You also aware say in as much as you say una your member them be they bake the bread, but signing in a place them most people they buy bread, but the price don't change.
I don't get you well.
The price of bread don't change na some side them most people be done they buy them before.
Yeah, of course, the price of bread it get for change because the price of bread is determined by the price of flour. But we go get the final price after we don't get the price of flour. Then we and the minister, the government, we go down see something reasonable. We go say, okay, this 9 they hard time bread.
So from the discussions them they get with the Ministry of Trade so far, now when they tell una say people them go able for know the exact price we go get for flour and that of bread.
Well, anything. Why not one person they come with flour 9 days. Now the minister don't order the flour importer. Let them hold it in so that we go able to get the final on Monday, inshallah, the final price of flour. So that we say right now to manage for continue for bake, we have small things get final price of flour. That will now go determine what will be the price of bread, because price of bread therefore go up small.
Now you don't talk say una your member them not they go on strike. So how best una don't do for reach out to the other one them where they get challenge for get flour, where don't make them not they bake as it is?
Well, we don't talk to everybody, make all man. This anything will come, you get for money. Not for the first time the price of flour they go up. So what we can do normally, we continue for manage and continue for we get the price, we negotiate with the Minister of Trade, with the flour mill within their operation, we talk with the other flour importer. So, just one day, where the stop for big. No, not that way they will do them. You see? Well, they tell everybody, make them continue, make them be. We go able money, small, say we meet up, we get the final price of flour, we'll get the final price of bread. Well, a reasonable one. Not to buy vexation, not to buy rush. Because this is not food, not staple food.
As una dey on negotiation now wetin the proposed price wey una dey give, because as it is now the flour per bag they say don go over 300,000. Wetin una own proposed price wey una dey give to the ministry?
Okay. I don't get you. That okay.
I dey ask wetin the proposed price wey una dey give na the negotiations wey una dey get with the ministry, because as it is now the bag flour according to report e pass 300,000. Wetin una dey propose?
So, well, will the flour go up to that price? According to what they tell, we say now the world market price, flour, now make price, flour of price go up from the world market. So now we say, and that make now they say, okay, it's not any price where we don't get price reduction. Based on that now, we say now they will go take now for see how we go able for manage for continue for big. We will hard small, so that we go able for continue for big. Not the first time this. You don't care. Always now so price they go up small. Say we don't reach at this level.
Yes, so now almost una they propose to the ministry say this one go negotiable, it go make the bread no go dear at the end of the day. Waiting at the price where una they ask the ministry for talk to them, let them reduce them to.
The flour importer.
Price for the flour. Waiting una they propose to the ministry for let bread no go can high pass how it is so now.
Voting with the propose. Now let them look the price of flour from the world market and the transportation for bring 1 container of flour. Then the taxes to them daily. Then they have more profit. This that we don't tell the government right now. Then they can do that. So we're going to exact how much flour the cost, landing cost na frita. Then they clear the taxes, all they had them, so that you can see what will be determine the price. Not that they not just sell flour like that. The minister don't order them, like them do all that checking there. So by the time we sit down, then we will able to forget the final price.
Quickly before you the left way, as it is now, bread where we use for buy 1,000, some people they buy them 1,500, some people they buy them 2,000. Now what do they expect for the price for bread as on una negotiations?
Well, I don't expect anybody go sell bread where they sell 1,000, you go sell on 2,000. No, that's not correct. But not now, we're not going to say, okay, sometimes from 1,000 up to something like that, up to 1,500, okay, but not more than that. You know, we get for make reasonable. Anybody get for manage yourself. That's not small. Not for sell anyhow. We keep the commanding. Now the public now we customer. We get for courage them. We get for we know say now we people there. If they not buy bread, we not go big. You see? So we get for make and suffer, make anybody get a right. It will hard fund the business. And me at the time for advice. Now that I want for like all the better man they do. We get for hard for me to for cover with cost. So we get small thing for run with business. You know, also the public, but also because all man get big responsibility. You go manage yourself. The flour also. Instead of small profit, so that we all go together.
You aware about the new price list where we they see? Outside they say big mold bread they come out from 1,500 to 2,000. Machine bread they go from 500 to 800. J1 from 1,000 leons to 1,500. Tapalapa from 750 leons or 800 to 1,200. You aware about this price?
No. We not come up with price yet. People then just manage now. What they say like they make, then they manage for themselves. Will make price so that they are able for continue. But the final price no come return it.
Okay. Plenty thank you for you joining the program this morning, yeah, Chief. Well, that's Chief Amadou Jogobari, when the president for Bakers Union, being they tell with their own position as according to them, say negotiations they go on now with the Ministry of Trade, and after that we go likely get them back for let we get updates of the new price list of bread as the negotiations then they continue with the Ministry of Trade. The program Good Morning Salone they continue. Let we take this break and continue the program.
GhanaSongs.org.
They causing confusion. But this confuse me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in World Solid. Look in block them where them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen, me wall down for them, all the block them all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement where are the use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and a one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want you concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
The program you listen to now, Good Morning Salone, they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Time for my studio clock, now 8:37. And we will bring this edition of Good Morning Salone country, meaning Michael Sambula.
And Mabel Kaba.
We still get inside the studio the Executive Director for Consumer Protection Agency, Ibrahim Michael Kabia. They are for talk on their position on the current bread and flour issue in the country. Mr. Kabia, you listen to the president for the Bakers Association, and he say right now negotiation they go on with the Ministry of Trade and also the association.
Bakers Union.
And the union.
Yeah.
So, with all this, una not represented.
That's the missing link. You know the bad post in Vienna. If you bad post in Vienna, how you go baba? Now shadow the bad. So that's why I mean they expect the ministry we know about consumer protection, where in fact now we official ministry who they look up to. Whatever happens, law put them beside. This now something we concern bread and butter business. Then call we say, all right, we not self can give una your input on this business. So that's a very great missing link. So whatever come out, the pastor will get for taken because within the government and don't agree, they don't agree. But secondly, the House of Bakers Union is divided. So it's like there is no central control command. You don't get them. They don't get them at all. Because if you get a central command...
How you not say divided?
Because it's as some young man then, when a bakers them, the team one of them, then grab, then go. Young man or old power where they bake, if they under the union, we're not able to control them.
Now, as it is, according to Ram, you don't hear say the negotiation and they go on. And waiting go for come out of nine you go to the general public where una they advocates for.
Sure.
You don't say una not involved in the negotiations.
They not tell we, they not call we they.
Waiting on a relationship with the ministry.
I don't think say we get a fragmented relationship. Because even as at now then they push we act for make Igona Parliament, make them enact them for the benefit of the consumers. What will be happening? This thing be don't come some time ago, like I been begin talk, people then they go in shops for go look what and what in the happiness. Some people then come inside, jump inside, they mass inside, and they go talk to them consumers. Then one time in Canal, one organization named Toku, where they under police, customs, and other agencies, Australian Standards Bureau, they been come out. Where me now, the Australian Standards Bureau been called me for represent the consumers on what then they can do, for look at expired things and so on. So because of that, later on, what in come out now a press release for say consumer.
Who's that press release come out?
From the ministry, the minister and ISS sign up.
Okay.
The Minister of Trade say consumer protection. I think then say they get trade monitors waiting at their office. Say they all for stop them work until further notice. Where in fact then go arrange this thing fine, and that we for stop for the go now then shops them until we act come out.
How long this don't take?
It don't take. I think from October last year. So up to now we they wait. We don't try for call them say Papa you now we own daddy. Call we back let we see them because there was a time before this government come. We don't say let we put up a task force. When in no more they go out now so that everybody, every Jack and Jill know they go now people place no more now. But we don't build them up, we don't put them, we don't approve them. But something can come, what can happen? People then wait they within their ministries there, they can misinform the minister we come with good intentions. I'm not saying that don't happen, but most times it can happen. When they come, now the on top of them, they tell them. They know they tell them deep down of what don't happen. You can imagine when the minister come, we do we write them, tell and say, one meet them, Lord, we sit down, Lord, we discuss how far we don't come out and which side we they go. That letter the permanent secretary minute them to the person we concerned, the responsible person, for making book appointment for we to the minister. It never happened. That man not one.
So from October, we say the minister been stopped on a walk. What's not happen in terms of monitoring for expired products and other responsibilities them we una been get? What's not happen to that?
Well, they get complaints say there is an increase of expired and substandard products in the market.
So no monitoring not go on from where the minister been stopped on a walk?
Well, if you monitoring, they go on. I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware of that at all. So you find out for say, and most things then, you find out for say, at the end of every year, now more products than they come inside, whether almost expire in Europe or America. So if something go down, they happen at the market. But as a minister, we just they plead to them, for say, may you call we back, let we sit down, let forge ahead for the interest of the consumers then.
So it's with all this now, and this current situation within now the country, una think say una get role in this.
Of course, when you say they represent consumers, now me and you, now the minister, now the president, now everybody, now consumer. So if we would play that role there, I think say we'll get a stake in this. For now, we say go add our own voice, so that them problems here we go find we have for solve them.
Apart from talking to the minister, other strategy they wanna use?
Well, yes. What do we do? We put up a complaint desk, right? We get a complaint desk where if anything more than you, where you say they go as consumer, because we get power language as consumers, we call them now Latin words, a caveat emptor. Consumer be aware of what you they eat and what you they do. So when you get something where you not satisfied, if they bring and come to we, now we office. We get 2 offices them. One day central town, one day by cottage. You wait for the commoner east. So when you go to that office there, you make report, we they channel that report to the ministry. Say, partner, this don't happen, no. We need for take action.
All right, continue for the with at the studio, Ibrahim Michael Kabia, Consumer Protection Agency Executive Director. We will come back to you. The program they continue with, they're gonna on the line and talk to the Deputy Minister of Information and Communication. We will tell we waiting government thing but the bread shortage we be this week. And Solomon Jamiru on the line now. Good morning and welcome to the program, sir.
Good morning, 98.1. Good morning, Istanbul.
Firstly, tell we waiting government think about the bread shortage where they na the city early this week.
Well, being a responsible government, being a government where people them elect or cater for the needs of the people, government believes something like flour shortage not concern to government because it therefore touch and concern the livelihood of people. And a government intention say in as much as this day beyond government in control because it emanates from international shortage, but government will do everything for cushioning the effect on the people of Sierra Leone.
According to the Consumer Protection Agency, some things that don't happen where they expect the Ministry of Trade, for example, for them foresee say this kind of crisis then a road. How governments can do what are the mechanisms where they in place for foresee certain crisis them before they happen?
Well, for foresee crisis is one, but for also get the capacity for address them is another. We fumble them, no say the economic situation as it is, not to Salone no more. But this is what government they think, my sister. When we look at flour, for example, from where it happened yesterday alone, I don't try to do some other country situations. I think so what's important at this point, and the key lesson they learn from flour, even for rice and for other commodities. Now, for me, we do everything for boost up what I will call local production. Not to Salone no more, this they happen to. And I think say a lot of West African leaders and leaders in Africa don't realize it. The best way out of them kind of things here, if we really get to be serious for pushing the effect, we get to boost local production. I will give you an example. For Nigeria alone, for example, the forecast for Nigeria wheat import was about 5.4 million tons for 2018-2019. Look at that figure, 5.4 million tons forecast for 2018-2019, but Nigeria alone in domestic production is about 60,000. So if you have 60,000 domestic production, you therefore rely a lot on import. So drawing from what don't happen, I agree with you, whatever forecast, whatever has been foreseen, but I think that now is the time we as Sierra Leoneans, public and private sector, will come together for make sure that we boost local production. So yes, this will happen not because the government impose any tax or government increase any tax on any commodity like flour. This is something when it take an international dimension and it is beyond government control. But even when it is beyond government control, I want to use this opportunity for assure me family them say this government go look into this, we examine the situation, and we go make sure say we create the environment for Lake Salone begin for boost local production, forget flour, and I think that is the only way out. So we go reduce on import, we go reduce with dependency on import. And indeed, the Consumer Protection Unit or whosoever don't participate in the program, myself today, I will take time for move around for talk with them. We will generate a lot of research data on this to go help people create policy around this.
Creating policy around this now finding where some people go say, but the negotiation they go on now with the Ministry of Trade where responsible for look into all the issues here where they happen. So now the consumer them where now the one them where they go buy them products here, they not get representation at this meeting. Waiting happen.
Well, myself not participate in that meeting where they refer to, but I go note them now. I note them now in my book, and when I done this interview, I will also touch base with the Ministry of Trade and share this observation with them. But whatever it is, I think say even if now a very small meeting, then we'll open the consultation eventually so that they will get representation. But I think the important thing that the fact that government is meeting on this, Ministry of Trade is meeting on this, now they show the government not sweep this thing under the table. Now concerned to we all as government, and we hope for address this issue within the shortest possible time.
The price of bag of flour we don't go up now to over 300,000 loans. According to the one where they do the business, not just shoot up like that. It been begin small. Where make people on the race concern say price control na salon. Now one way government they don't get challenge for tackle. What in this administration they do for monitor the daily price them na market?
Well, in a very good observation you don't make. So the issue relating to the flour is just one component of the bigger picture. Even yesterday, I believe that the Ministry of Finance they meet very seriously on this issue, and so we all. I want to assure we fumble and say now another aspect to government they look into, because until we get them right, some people indeed then just they fix arbitrary prices, and I agree with you. That is one area where government needs to take a very decisive action. The reason why government not want for interfere, and this is not only for Sierra Leone but even the world over, because when you talk about private sector and business generally, you want to make the forces of demand and supply interplay without interference from government. Price control can happen as an ultimate measure. Government not just want to come and insist on price control, because not the government they control the demand and supply side of the economy. But indeed, I agree with you. Say we have Sierra Leoneans, we have some other business people we can just want for abuse the thing and just set arbitrary prices. If that has to be the ultimate decision, I believe the government will go down that route. But what's important at this point now for continue the consultation and for continue to encourage business people that this is Sierra Leone. They could not use anything for manipulate anything. But if you ask me, one key thing we will need for do as Sierra Leoneans now for reduce this dependency on imports, not only on rice, but also on flour and other commodities. So governments, they look at the bigger picture so that at the end of the day, whatever decision we come up with, whatever action points we come up with, we believe say it will sit well within the Sierra Leonean economics.
So from all the negotiations and other efforts that my government they make for look into this, how soon we go see this one here so we get for do with flour and bread come to rest? Because now 1 week almost so they done where people they get challenge them for access bread.
Well, I want to assure me family them say government concerned, even people are in government, themselves they consume bread, then they consume flour. So this is nothing where they affect not just the ordinary man down there, but even people and where they in positions of government. I want to assure me family and say government they look into this as a matter of urgency, and within very reasonable time we are able to address this and cushion the effects on with people then.
All right. Well, that's now plenty. Thank you for joining the program. That's now Solomon Jamiru, Deputy Minister of Information and Communication. We give you updates on waiting government think, but the bread price and flour price, where people where they do flour business on the is concerned about.
The program Good Morning Salone they continue, and now we look at text message and with people on the send now Radio Democracy Facebook page and also with SMS line on 077 981 981. Maybe.
The very first message where we look at the program, the person say bread is an important food for average Sierra Leoneans in the country. I'm appealing to government to please reduce the heavy tax on flour. A comment from Mark 10.
The issue of monopoly is only correct legally, morally, and spiritually with regards husband and wife. The system cannot work effectively in the interest of the nation if not good for one man to be important key commodity like that alone. We need to change the pattern.
This one say on the NRA story, yeah, I say Mr. NRA boss, if there is an increase, if there is a decrease in flour, why is there shooting price every day on different commodities?
Mr. Kabia, Consumer Protection Agency also need to put their house in order, as there are many issues of them asking businesses in the name of your office, who at the end of the day just ask for money.
This other message say if we don't reduce our tax rate, we will never be able to help ourselves and the economy.
This one they come out from Bailo Jalo, it say it text from Koinadugu district. Bread is a common food for everybody in this country, but the minister are making things very difficult for people.
This message say the strike action by the bread sellers is very timely. I hope government will address the issue raised by the bread sellers.
Mr. Kabia, you are correct. The bakers are divided. They have the Bakers Union and the Bakers Association. The Bakers Association are the ones on strike. Continue for look at more messages inside the program. Now Radio Democracy Facebook page again. This one they say they come on from NZ Amana Facebook page. This is Sierra Leone where indigenes look for pocket-sized opportunity to hinder others so that they can make huge gains out of zero investment. And again, this is a warning to our government that it's time to invest a large scale of agriculture in circumvent further great food catalysm. Look at more messages now program. Radio Democracy Facebook page. Usai. We go now to Hassan Mansokagbo. He say Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Thank you for this program. But the fact is, I'm ashamed of some people's behavior, the way how they have wrecked and should disrespect to this country, all in the name of party politics. This one they come out now with 077 981 981 number. This person they say, oh Salone, make God happy. They come out from Alimami, Fula na Africanos would na kisi.
Alright, from then text message and they would come over to his studio guest when Ibrahim Michael Kabia, Consumer Protection Agency Executive Director. Now moving forward, waiting some of the things where you go say you want government for do for the consumer them where now then the final price get from it at the end of the day as negotiations they go on now for the flour and how bread go get for the.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want for call on the metrology when Australian Standards Bureau. The bread getting ounce with the Ratina 8 ounce bread for B and the other ounces them. So make metrology instead grab, make them not take advantage, we then go down add small changes no, but the bread smaller than how it been there. That's another thing. One thing I want to talk about, I want to commend Minister Jamiru. You get one thing in whether in journalism or so, where they talk about say denial and objectivity. But all the time we in the kind of radio or television, it's very objective. You not come for deny for government no more. Like I don't know some the way na ministers of information where you can reform the thing, not to inform the public on what thing don't happen. Then they have again pro bono say a better to incap But what I want for talk again, whatever happens, like how the other person talk about agriculture, I call and to them. And until we go back to the farm. But again, going to the farm, you get a plan. Because that kind of farming, people let me they do, for make them get no more than 1 cup, 2 cups. Sometimes by the time way the season they done, some don't go Pambondo, some don't go other side. Nothing not they again by July, then begin suffer. Not to that kind of agriculture they talk about now. If I be a plan agriculture, bring your tractor, say, person they go take money. The only thing we come to me knowledge is that some people then they gather and then they pay frequent visits to them shops there. You they meet the person they sell except now, you don't want to for me sell, you want to make it attend you. And these are not from the Consumer Protection Agency. I can say that without fear or favor. I go on one radio program where the moderator talks say, in the day, where then they pull money, forgive the person we say in a consumer. I say, well, that a mishap. You're not journalist. You inform the public. If I don't make me the arrest and day, rather than you left and back, make it go. So me, at the talk say, do ya? Let we begin do like how Ghana do. Ghana, what it then do, I think 30% of the flour, where 70% na flour, 30% na cassava. Na in then they mix pan the bread. Na so then they do. I buy bread na Ghana, I eat and take go inside Togo. I know able to them. Because it's heavy. Now that make you see Ghana money then get kenko, not to any other thing. Now the kind food they wouldn't they eat. And any country where people they know they eat fine, then prone to many diseases because the immune system in the damage.
Mr. Kabiam, people believe say why any minister of state go come and just look una with one eye or support una na because of una act not the into law yet. Una body no get that legitimacy yet.
Oh, well, let tell you what happened. Australian will get one thing, we've been done the be, and I very well believe say this time may not be with this government. Anything where they concern the average man, the poorest of the poor, so taking kind of masam. I don't say a situation during the past government then, when something will concern them as parliamentarians, then they come up from their holiday, then vacation, then they come back, then pass that law day. Whilst the consumer protection law, where they pass for the common man, for the poor man, may not eat sardine way rotten, may not eat something where they hamburg in health, they massa. Could you imagine from 1996, we don't begin this fight, for love we go get a law, and then don't go na UN. UN resolution say, all countries, especially African countries, if for help that country, they forget consumer protection organizations, not even one, so that at the end of the day, the people then go, no. This thing started with John F. Kennedy, where it can't go to the parliament. Then it come back to the UN assembly. But from where they go sign that in the where they come back, either for one thing or the other, they know they take them serious. But I only hope say this year.
I don't really take ourselves serious.
Well, I cannot say that. Because if we don't push the law don't go to a law reform, law officers department, I think they were serious about the law. And we don't contribute to that a lot. And this government this time, I think say the present minister where they, and in fact, I want to commend the deputy minister, where involves not being there, he take action. He can at the television, he can at radio, he explain to the people them what government they do about this shortage. Rather than for turn to mumu, if you don't tell when things don't go out of hands, water don't pass Gary, now the time you go and talk. Nobody no go listen. So I commend them on that action. And I'm not say, by God, if the minister don't come or you not carry it, we all go able for sit down. Me, they still encourage them. From head and call, we love 2 heads are better than one. I not say 2 rotten heads, so, but 2 better heads are better than one.
All right. Thank you for joining the program this morning. In name na Ibrahim Mike.